Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Wisdom Tree reading with me, Shruti. So, this week I'm using some soul art that I've started to make. It's a new project, and there are these goddess anklets that are really sparkly and they're very colorful as well. So, I thought that they would make great messengers for us for this week. And if you're on my Facebook page, then you might have seen that I posted a picture with the three anklets, and you had to choose one for this week. But if you haven't seen it, then please choose from one of these colors now: peachy pink, red gold, and rainbow white. So that's peachy pink, red gold, and rainbow white. So the first one is peachy pink. So it's this anklet here, and you can see that the beads are this peach color and it has these rose quartz crystals on it as well. And this is very much the energy of this is very much about that soft feminine compassion and just like a very soft feminine graceful kind of energy. I made this for somebody who actually holds this essence and has that really compassionate heart. So I feel that the message for us for this week, if you made this choice, is about some initiations this week into that feminine grace. So it might be that this week that there are some challenges that you face, or that through other people it's being mirrored to you, where you need to cultivate this sense of compassion for yourself and for others. um, it may also be that you already have had these initiations within yourself, and you've come to this state of balance on your ascension path, but you may be going through this week because you're really learning to master yourself with this, and also extending it as service to others. So it's kind of like when we heal something within ourselves, or when we're integrating something within ourselves, then the other people involved, we also invite them into that energy to kind of um, uh, give birth to this within themselves as well. So I feel that you're working with this energy of softening in a very feminine way. And it also has to do with feminine strength, which is, sometimes we think that um, this sort of soft essence of compassion it's not related to strength. But when we know how to work with this properly, it's very powerful. So that's what I feel you will be moving more into this week. And there's just a sense that when you feel something challenging coming up in your life, um, it's it's to remember, you can visualize the Divine Mother, because I got this image of the Divine Mother as I was tuning into the message for this particular essence. And it was just the Divine Mother. She had her wings wrapped around this baby, and it was kind of like cradling the baby. So I feel that you can, when you're having those challenging moments, you can invite that essence in and just remember that you're always loved and you're always nurtured. And when you have that feeling, then you kind of invite that essence in, and then you also hold that essence within you and invite others into that space, and in your dealings with others as well. So hopefully that makes sense. there's just a very there's just a sense of this softening within you, and that you're also causing it in others as well, as your service. So I feel that that will be your initiation this week. But it's also to remember that to not get disheartened by anything that comes up, because there's just this balancing act that's going on. And it's very important to not judge yourself and criticize yourself, etc. And also to be aware that when you have this from other people, these kind of maybe criticism or being hurt by other people, to know that that's also a mirror, and just be honest with that as well. So the card that you got is this one. It says moving on, and it goes exactly with what we were saying. So this man is, you can see his footprints here, and he's just moving on from something in his life. And I feel that that for you is those parts of you that are kind of, still stuck in the old a little bit. And it's kind of like they are not open to transformation. And because the feminine energy is a lot about being open to change and about that transformation and the cycle of life and death. So I feel that he's finally willing to move on from that. And it may be related to how he judges himself and the parts of him that don't feel loved that are coming up. And he finally recognizes that and is then moving on. And so I also noticed the water here, and it's this blue which is also related to the feminine energy, and it's just coming and washing away, the old here, the old footprints, and how he defines himself. Because sometimes we also define ourselves in different roles with other people, or we feel that this is how I am, this is how I express myself, or this is how, sometimes we get disheartened that this is how things will always be. And so it's kind of like this wave of that soft feminine energy is caressing these wounds and just making your path easier on your ascension journey as well. It's kind of like just softening it and soothing the way. Yeah. So that was for number 1. And now we're moving on to the next one, which is the red one here. So as you can see, this is a red anklet, and it has some flashes of gold in it, because these are really sparkly beads. And I've used garnet. The stone is garnet. So with this one, actually, what I was drawn to is this portion of this anklet, which this comes over the toes, and this is attached to the anklet on the ankle. So this looks like a head and a body, and it's gold and red. So it reminds me of the I am essence, and kind of like being that pillar. So what I feel is that that this week, because I made this anklet for somebody who's really in her feminine essence and really in her power. She's very powerful, and so I feel that this week you are really coming into your presence and into your power at the next level. And I feel that you're doing this by allowing that pure flow of your own essence, directly from your I am, bringing it down and being in that essence and creating from that. So, you can think about where is it in your life that you're pushing too hard for something. It might be that there might be some things in your life that have not worked out the way that you wanted. And so you can ask yourself, where is this that I'm pushing too hard and it's not working out? So whenever this happens, we know that that's because it's not in divine flow. And we're pushing too much where we kind of are not supposed to go, where it's not our soul guiding us to go there. So so this week you're really coming into the next level and really understanding and knowing that you create just by being you, just by being in your essence, and you don't need to externally do something or have something, accumulate something in order to do what you want to do and to be what you want to be. It's all within you. So it's, your guidance is to draw from that inner source, that whatever you want, whether it's money or more love, relationships, anything that you want, we have to first find that within ourselves. And when we actually hold that energy within us, then we create that in the external as well. So, so yeah, it's just a sense of creating effortlessly, just by being in your own presence and being yourself. And I feel that those are the initiations that you might be going through this week. And yeah, I feel that that's it. And the cards that you got, are these. So it's the heart chakra here. Oops. And then and then this one that says refusing to see. So what I feel with this is, because I notice the light coming in from here, and I see the eye, the arc over here as well. And I feel that that relates to your wisdom coming from your I am, just like we were talking about in the anklet here, drawing from your inner source. And he's kind of refusing to see it. So um, so I feel that this week there's actually some wisdom coming to you about shifting more into this essence of yourself and drawing from that essence and creating from that essence, and then moving more into that effortless flow. Um, so yeah, so just be open to receiving that wisdom. And yeah, that's your guidance for this week. um, and then the last one, number 3, is this one. It's this really sparkly white rainbow anklet, and this is actually the first anklet that I made. And I didn't actually have any plans to make anklets. I just went to this store. It was the stationery store, and it had all of these beads. And then when I saw these white ones, these really white sparkly ones, I just bought them because I was attracted to them. And then I came home and I realized that I already have these jingles, the colorful jingles. And it kind of just fell together, this idea. And so I felt that it was meant to be, like it was divinely inspired. So I feel that for you, this is also what this is saying, that there must be that there's a new project, or like some new ideas that you're getting, and these are divinely inspired. So this is, I feel this is like a confirmation for you that if you're having some ideas and you have really devoted yourself to them, um, then know that everything's going to be okay. Because sometimes things take time to get started, or they to take off, but it feels like you're just on the brink. Like it feels like you've been readying yourself, and now you're like almost ready to fly. So that's just what I feel with this. um, yeah, because if you look at this, I made this as the 13 chakras. Oops. um, like ascending humans were shifting to a higher template. So it's not just the 7 chakras that we traditionally know of, but we're opening up all of our abilities and these 13 chakras. So that's what the rainbow colors relate to. So there's a real sort of ascension feel to this anklet, and like a high vibration. So I feel that this project, or these ideas, or this new thing that you are devoting yourself to, um, is like leading to a big expansion, it's like a big explosion. Because when I made this anklet, then after that I started making all of these other anklets, and it led to this just burst of creativity. And there was also a sense of kind of plummeting me to the next level, in my expansion as well, and in my services. So again, I just feel this as a confirmation for you that you're on the right path, and all of this is divinely inspired, and to just keep going and believe in yourself. Because the card that you got is this one. It says love abounds, and it kind of relates to when you put love out there and you put your full devotion into something, then it will ripple back, it will come back to you. um, so here I can see that there's, again, like the previous one, there's divine light coming in, and I feel that this is like divine wisdom. And that's also what the eye relates to. It's like the eye of Horus is what it reminds me of. And then there's the heart. So I feel that this is saying that when you create something within the balance of that divine wisdom and divine love, then it always leads to this abundance. So you can really trust that. And it may be that, this week you might be going through some sort of purification related to your own self-worth, and that might be coming up related to this new project. But do not kind of let that hinder your way, because you're on the right path. Um, and yeah, and just pay attention to what comes up. And if there's any ideas, new inspirations, as you put this project out there in the world, there might be some changes that you have to make, or adjustments. But it's based on firm foundations, even though it might not look like that in the physical, as physical foundations yet. um, but you're on the right path. So you can really see that with the sparkles here. There's just a sense of magic and elevation, and just like an explosion. So yeah, so that's it from me for this week. I hope that you enjoyed the messages and that they resonated with you. And see you next week. Bye.